Welcome back to the History of Gaming Metal Gear. Today we continue on to the fourth, and final episode of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater / Subsistence. We are playing the PlayStation 3 version of this game, which means it is a subsistence version. And we should be able to finalize that game today. With that being introduced, we now move over to the game. Alright, it's got its own music. Alright. Now I got it all set up right. I didn't crash it this time. I might have to go and get a band-aid for my thumb. I was opening a gift card, and I sliced my thumb like real good. Like paper cardboard cut style. Messed my thumb up. And it makes playing video games a little difficult. Now, last time we left off just after we got done beating, I guess you could call it, the Sorrow, who was the last member of the Cobra unit. All right. File 3. All right. And if you remember, we had just met with Eva. Disinfectant. So we could go out the backside of that cave. Let's do a little exploring now that we got our weapons back. That hurt. Yeah, pushing buttons right now hurts. What's all this down here? Base Kabuki! Boo boo. Rival knife, MK22, 911. Always the cardboard box. Always. Snake G-Dog. Alright. I don't know why, but I remember being able to get a hold of some weapons and ammo out here. Clearly, I was mistaken. There's a life med. Ooh doo doo doo. Behind the waterfall. I don't know why, but my hat feels tighter than normal. Somebody been screwing my hat. There we go. There we go. No more headache. All right. And now, if you remember, our new mission is to take C4, or C3 in this game. C3! We're going to take C3 and we're going to put it on these fuel tanks in the room that the Shagohod's in, and then we're going to blow it up. Plan? Sticking to it. Suppressors, good. Good. Nothing better than glow cap. Help us with our battery. Don't need AK-47 bullets. This on the right. Big box. A cardboard box B. Put it on, put it on. Oh yeah. Hold on, let me see. I forgot about a little cameo we can do.
I see you've captured a giant anaconda. The giant anaconda is believed to be the largest snake in the world in terms of weight and diameter. It's not poisonous, but its large size makes it extremely powerful. They say it even eats crocodiles. Its only natural predator is man.
And snake.
And snake. The taste is... Oh, you've already eaten one.
Yeah, it was delicious. No, really. It tastes like chicken with a surprisingly light flavor. Maybe a little bit stringier than chicken, but all in all, I'd say.
Snake?
What?
I don't really care.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, talk to you later. I see you've caught a vampire bat. The vampire bat bites its victims and sucks their blood.
Got it.
Speaking of bats...
Just save it.
Huh?
I know you're gonna talk about vampire movies. Attack of the Vampire Donuts, or Dracula versus the Space Hippos, or something like that.
Actually, I was going to say that bats are known to use supersonic waves to sense their surroundings.
Oh.
Bats use supersonic waves to sense their surroundings, so you might be able to keep them away by blasting them with a special kind of sound wave. Alternatively, you could try equipping a torch and waving it around with the CQC button. Snake, do you hate vampire movies?
Listen to this.
Just now, you sounded like you really hated them.
I did.
Yeah,
Oh. Well, no one really likes them, do they?
some people do.
Like you.
Yeah, they're fascinating, you know? Like the movie Dracula.
Don't say it.
Why not?
Just don't.
Are you afraid?
What?
You're afraid of vampires, aren't you?
Don't be ridiculous.
But
Listen, there are no such things as vampires. They're just a stupid, made-up legend. And they do seem real sometimes.
well, sure.
You think I'd be afraid of something like that?
No.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm not afraid of vampires.
Uh-huh.
It's just that whenever somebody starts talking about vampires, I end up dreaming about them that night, and I don't need that right now. That's all.
Okay.
A lot of vampire talk, which I thought was kind of cool because of Vamp in Metal Gear Solid 2. Okay. Back there, right? Climb the ladder. Climb the ladder. There we go. Reset. Oh, let me see. It should be working. Not frozen right now. Well, he snuck in just in time for them to park that right there on top of it. Now he can't get out. Take a look at our camouflage. Spider could give us a little bit more, but I don't want that kind of stamina drain, though. Put him to sleep instead. There's a guy up in the watchtower. Gotta be careful of that. Why? What dog heard that? Oh my god. Where is he? Yeah, you can't hide under the tanks. But they had already seen me. They would have seen me go underneath the tank. Like, when it's at a solid 99, when it says alert, and then it's solid 99 and it's not going down at all, that means somebody is actively seeing you.
This is HQ. Control here. Lost sight of the going in. Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby. Pursue and engage him.
Okay. But then gonna work. Wait for the caution to go down. We'll see if this works. Up for Dark Souls? I'm up for Dark Souls every night. It's just, it's a late window. That's gonna have a lot of scheduling conflicts is all. But I should be good for tonight, and Wednesday might be the only problem, and then Friday's a complete and utter wild card, because I don't know what's gonna happen with them coming in and setting up this new internet. My bet is that they can't do it, to be quite honest. I don't think they can install new internet. Let's eat the vampire bat, see what happens. Yeah. A bit. Everybody's starting to wake up. Why wouldn't they be able to? Just the apartment complex that we live in. There's certain like old lines, and based on their contract with the company, like they can't lay new lines or something like that. I don't know, but like the technology is really old for the internet provider we have, so they would have to come in and do like special accommodations that I've tried to get them to do in the past and they can't do to hit certain speeds. So either, and it's a coin toss because the company could have been lying about their ability to get us faster internet, which is so likely. But on the other side of the coin though, they said we can't get you any higher speeds than what you got because you would have to move to a different kind of line. You'd have to move to fiber optic, and we can't put fiber optic in your apartment complex. But the guy on the phone said he could, and that they would be here Friday. We also got the carpet guys coming to clean our carpet on Friday. Like, it's the only time we could get everything scheduled. It was a nightmare. So I think even if the carpet guys are here, I think I'm gonna still stream. Maybe have my mic muted a lot and play something. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, I'm hoping the guy on the phone was right. Because we're talking like a significant chunk off of our bill for doubling our speeds, and our upload will be through the roof, which means I can output a higher bit rate. It'll make streaming better. Alright, I think everybody that was asleep is awake now. So this caution will actually go all the way down. Got about a minute. Then we'll see if they'll take us to another part of the facility because of the box we're in. I think they are allowing it to happen. I think because the company we're dealing with has been getting so much bad press for so long. I think they're doing this like they've either got somebody who got into the company and actually is like, dude, we need to start being better people about this kind of stuff, and they're actually making good change, or we caught them in one of those moments where the company's doing stuff nice to get everybody's faith back just so they can ruin it again. I don't know. Either way. They sure as hell didn't advertise this new deal Nobody called us and said, hey, you're paying way too much on your internet bill. We're offering this way better plan for way cheaper. We called and they were like, yep, we can do that. We can cut your bill down a lot and give you way more internet. I think they're just doing this because of how much bad press Verizon's getting from the net neutrality thing. Watch this.
The main wing hangar, huh?
That sounded like crap. Check your engine, buddy.
Snake, I see you've managed to sneak into the hangar.
Yeah, the Shagohod's in here.
The completed Phase 2 Shagohod represents a grave threat to the West. We can't allow it to be mass-produced. You've got to destroy it.
Eva's got the data on the Shagohod. Do you think that's safe?
Well, I wouldn't exactly say it's safe, but Khrushchev is a shrewd leader. Can't imagine he'd use it for anything other than deterrence. Volgin, however, is a different story. He's planning to use the Shagohod to turn the Cold War into a blazing hot one. We can't let him have it.
Agreed.
That leaves just one more mission for you to carry out.
The boss.
Exactly. For now, just focus on destroying the Shagohod.
Yes, sir.
I'll let Sigint fill you in on how to destroy it.
Yo, like Eva was saying, if you're looking to blow the whole place sky high, the best way is to take out those liquid fuel tanks with the C3. You know there's 4 tanks in there, right? You have to put C3 on all 4 of them. To plan a C3 charge, all you gotta do is equip the C3 and press the weapon button while standing in front of a tank.
Just like TNT.
But make sure you don't plant it in the wrong place. You barely got enough C3 as it is, right?
Good point. I'll make sure not to plant it anywhere else.
Good, man. And be careful. Liquid fuel has a nasty habit of going off at the slightest shock. So don't go using any heavy firepower near the tanks unless you're aiming to get yourself barbecued.
I'll keep that in mind.
The C3 charges all have to go off at once if you want to bring down the hangar in one fell swoop. So if I were you, I'd wait until after you plant the last charge to start the timer mechanism.
All right. I'll make sure I finish planting all 4 charges before I start the timer.
Once the timer's set, you've got 20 minutes until it explodes, right? So make sure you get your ass out of that place by then. I think that's about all I've got. The rest is up to you. Good luck, pal.
We're counting on you, Snake.
Alright, so we got our mission directive. Scope the place. What's up, Nickish? How you doing? Any change on that? We're just waiting for the Senate to vote. It doesn't look like it's gonna get approved. Like we're gonna win it, but the problem still is that it got a lot farther than it's supposed to. Yeah, I know, right? No, I'm pretty sure our Senate's gonna knock that down. I don't think it's gonna happen. Business lines are already too high for small companies. There's a guard on the other side over here. Let me go ahead and put this up. Put on the C3 now. I have exactly 4 C3, so I can only put, I can't screw up placing it. See, I screwed up placing it. I think that will still count though. I like doing this. There we go.
Snake,
Eva,
I finished planting the bomb on the rail bridge. If we get rid of the bridge, the enemy won't be able to follow us. That should at least buy us some time. I've also set up the escape route. How are things going on your end?
I just finished planting the second charge. Give me a little more time.
Okay, I'll be waiting for you at the bridge.
Alright, good. It's under here. Oh, thank God I went under here. I thought there was just one guard down here. Woo. And that right there is our last suppressor, or last shot on that suppressor. So now, gotta equip a new one.
Got you this time. Major, I finished planting the C3. I'm on my way out now.
Hurry, Snake. Is Eva taking care of the escape route?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
she can handle it.
All right, then. Well, hurry up and get out of there.
Snake!
made you come back?
The fuck was that? The Sorrow sitting there with a clock? Save the data, Snake. The reality is what the Sorrow is holding is the countdown timer for the bombs going off.
This woman was found snooping around my underground vault. When she was captured, look what we found on her. The Philosopher's Legacy. This microfilm contains all the information regarding the Legacy. You might say that this film itself is the Philosopher's Legacy.
It was the smell that gave her away. No, not the perfume. It was gasoline. Motorcycle gasoline. She reeked of it.
To think that lovely Tatiana was a spy. We found this radio along with her too. Such a fine woman she was. It almost pains me to have to kill her. Yes, she was an obedient one. She was my precious little pet. Ah! Isn't that right? What was that? Do you have something to say to me?
Go to hell.
You dirty whore. I've had enough kisses from you. I should have known. Sokolov wasn't man enough to have a lover like that. Just like the KGB to send something so beautiful, yet so deadly.
What is the Philosopher's Legacy?
Very well. I'll explain it before I kill you. During the last Great War, the most powerful men in America, China, and the Soviet Union had a secret pact. The pact was a blueprint for defeating the Axis powers and creating a new world order. To secure victory in the war, the three countries pooled their resources to conduct the most covert types of operations and research. The atomic bomb, rocket technology, the Cobra unit. And they amassed an enormous sum of money to fund these projects, enough to fight the war 5 times over. That wealth is the Philosopher's Legacy. After the war was won, the three countries were to divide the philosopher's legacy amongst themselves. This explains why the United States and the Soviet Union were able to steal away the best scientific minds in Germany as soon as the war ended. But our great motherland has far surpassed its pathetic rivals. We possess enormous wealth, the most advanced technology, and overwhelming power, assets fitting of our great country. My father was one of the men in charge of managing the philosopher's legacy. In the confusion that ensued after the war ended, he devised a series of ingenious plots to ensure that the Soviet Union would have total control over the legacy. The money was divided up and laundered through banks all over the world. Switzerland, Australia, and Hong Kong. This microfilm contains a record of all those transactions. After my father's death, I learned of this secret and obtained the microfilm. With this money and the support of Brezhnev and his allies, I built this fortress of Groznygrad and Granin's research facility. But that worthless fool Granin failed to produce results. I was forced to turn to Khrushchev's dog Sokolov and his invention, the Shagohod. My position in GRU made it too troublesome to attack Sokolov's facility directly. But the spy network established by the secret pact still existed. I used it to contact the boss and suggested that she defect. The boss was conniving enough to see things my way. The world was once one, but the conflict between the philosophers has torn it in two. We will use the legacy to heal that rift and make the world whole again. To do this, we need strength, an unstoppable trump card with enough power to bring order to the world. That trump card was to be the Shagohod and the Cobra unit. I have lost the Cobras, but I still have the Shagohod and the legacy. There is nothing America can do to stop us. Boss, take this someplace safe. Take good care of it.
He wouldn't have come waltzing back in here unless he had a reason. The C3's been stolen. He must be planning some sort of sabotage. I'll go see if there are any surprises waiting for us. I'll dispose of her as well. Leave everything to me. Fight like a warrior, Volgin.
But of course.
Let me face him. I've been waiting for this moment. Time to get even. No more judo, and no more field strips.
Enough of this. He's mine. You will stand right there and watch. Got it?
Please, Colonel, let me...
Silence! Huh? Sorry for the delay. Let's get started, shall we? This is a once-in-a-lifetime battle. Let's make it a good one.
Why is it lagging?
It's just you and me now. And I'm gonna enjoy this. Snake!
Might be a douche, but he has respect for it.
You're mine, son of the boss!
Alright. Alright. Forgot how to fight him. We're gonna figure it out.
See you dodge this one! Put away your gun. Put away your gun. That must have hurt. Give it up!
Put them out.
More gun. Give it up! Here it comes!
Here comes what? What's he doing?
Shoot him! Do you hear me? I said shoot him!
Sorry, Colonel. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What do you mean you can't?
I made a promise to the boss.
Silence! I am your commanding officer. Are you questioning my authority?
Fight like a man, Volgin.
Volgin?
Emergency. Explosives have been detected. All non-EOD personnel must evacuate immediately.
Ocelot, find those bombs!
Repeat. Explosives have been detected. All non-EOD personnel must evacuate immediately.
Move it!
Huh.
Ready for some more, Snake?
Why did he betray him? I wouldn't call that betraying him. But he respected the boss more than him. No bandage and disinfect. That's right. Food. I need to get that bullet out right now. What? He barely even touched it to get recharged. Okay, hold on. Use that immediately.
Let's see how
you like this?
Oh. You piece of shit. Dude, just stop for a second so I can fucking flip you. There we go. I am so frustrated that I missed every single one of those shots. Whew. All right, there we
All personnel evacuate. Repeat, all personnel evacuate.
Faster! This way! Everybody run! It's gonna blow! I'm out of here! Let's get out of here, quick! Hurry! We're all gonna die! We help! Evacuate!
Hop in.
Step on it.
Don't give up! Get moving!
Eva, how did you?
The boss let me go.
The boss? But why?
I'll tell you later. Right now, we've got to get to the lake and escape.
We can't leave yet. I've still got one last job to do.
The boss is already at the lake.
Huh?
She's at the lake. She's waiting for you there.
Waiting for me?
I was hoping I wouldn't have to tell you. I don't want you to fight her. But I've come to realize that there's a special relationship between you two. Something I can't understand, something that goes beyond a man and a woman. I envy you. Really, I do. But I guess I just can't understand it. She asked me to tell you something. I've never seen someone with such clear eyes. There. I said it. Ready to go?
Yeah.
almost sounded alive. All of the machines in Metal Gear are paired with actual animal sound. And it's because they want it to be a monster, almost kaiju level. All right, cool thing is when you're on the motorcycle, you get infinite ammo. Infinite ammo. Oh. I forgot how amazing it is to run away from the Shagohod. Holy shit. You're just like always inches from dying. Fucking amazeball scene. That is so fucking good.
Step on it. If he catches up to us, we're done for.
Okay, here we go.
Oh. Funny that you say that, Belly, about how like we know these guys live to be old age, so you don't have to worry about them dying. That's not true. Actually not true.
Good one.
Alright. Oh, there's the frog. That's what I'm saying. There's a frog on every level. Even these levels. Cool. That was a really good hit. I need to get... You know what? It's actually kind of easier. Get rid of the C3. Put on the AK-47 as well. Fuck. I don't have it on fully auto. Woo! Alright, now we're on the runway. Alright. Shit's hitting the fan. Oh, that went like between their heads. take out your threads. Cool. We got out of that before the missiles hit us. Usually you have to switch to a fully automatic and blow the missiles out of the air. That was good. That was good. We didn't have to do that.
We've only got one chance. We'll lure him over towards the other side. When the Shagohod is on the bridge, shoot the explosives. The bomb is planted on the strut of the bridge. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, Toxic Lily and I have made a joke that this is Ollie's favorite Metal Gear because it walks like him.
I planted 2 C3 charges. Farther down! Shoot! 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 Only one more left. Shagohod's not here yet. Let it come closer.
Oh, here we go.
It's still too early. It's here! Shoot!
Oh.
driving.
Yeah?
Yeah, I trust you. On one condition, though. Leave the fighting to me.
You got it. I was getting tired of running away anyway.
Eva, let's do it.
For luck.
Here goes.
Let's toast this marshmallow. It's go time. He had the rocket launcher on in this scene. You know how long it takes to load if you just let the game load? But if you unequip and re-equip. Yeah, your treads. Ah. That in there.
I can't move.
Can't move.
Didn't feel a thing. Oh, a threat. You're wasting your ammo.
There it is. I forgot all about that.
I can't move.
Alright, so you take out the treads, then you hit that faceplate right there.
Why is this happening?
Why is this happening? Because I'm hitting you with rockets, that's why. There it comes. Oh shit, fucker. Won't give me that faceplate.
It can't be. Die! What have you done?
What have you done? Yeah, baby.
Did we beat him?
No.
Get off!
What?
I'm gonna lure it back here.
You're gonna use yourself as bait? Are you insane?
I'm used to this guy. I know how to handle him. Come on, you blockhead!
All right. Got him out of the tank now. Oh, that was just really poor.
Open up! Damn! Why is this happening? What? Burn in hell! What have you done?
Oh, shit. Ow.
I can't move!
He said, here, use this. Where'd she drop it? Alright, look. If you dodge a missile, I'm just saying. You dodge a missile. Oh. Oop. Where did she just drop that? Here we go.
I can't move! Snake! Who's afraid of a little thunder?
Fried by a bolt of lightning. A fitting end. It's finally over.
No time for this now. The escape craft is just up ahead. Let's get going.
Not over yet. We whooped Vol'jin, and he goes down, burning in flames. What do you think I'm doing? Finally hit him with one bullet right at the end.
There they are! Don't let them get away!
Good measure.
Over there! Go get him!
Good. Into the cave. Gonna be sighted.
It's an ambush!
They're not going anywhere. They're over here!
I think it's time to put our war paint on. What do you guys think? Everybody's gonna see us. Time for us to put on the war paint.
Over there!
I remember every single one of these like little stints where we're on a motorcycle. There's a frog that I'm supposed to shoot somewhere to unlock the banana camo. Hey, no, that's for shooting I mean, did they change it to frogs and it used to be monkeys? I think it used to be the monkeys. Right? Woo! Woo! My AK. Oh, I equipped it. There's one of the frogs. Something that's kind of cool is when you aim down sights after the scene where Snake gets his eye cut out, you can see that like the side of the screen's a little bit darkened to allude to the fact that he doesn't have his eye. Attention to detail, that's what makes Metal Gear some of the funnest games out there. Whoopsies. Why? Oh god! Woo!
What do you think of that?
What I think of that? I think that was crazy. I think that was completely rash, uncalled for. Could have got us killed. Have your license revoked. Yeah, whenever you're on the motorcycle, you have infinite ammo.
Looks like they finally gave up.
Don't start celebrating yet. We're leaking fuel.
Damn it. Tank shot up. Crap.
I'm over here. Snake. How's it look?
Pretty bad.
Not a sensitive bone in your body.
Eva,
What about you, Snake?
I'm fine.
That's good to hear.
We have to get away from here, Eva. Let's go.
Leave me.
Eva!
The boss is waiting for you. You have to go. Give me a gun.
No, we're getting out of here.
We're still far away from the lake. I'll never make it.
I can't believe this.
Uh-huh.
I never thought I'd see you act this weak.
What do you mean?
Listen to me, Eva. We're doing this together.
No, you...
Eva, I need you.
Say that one more time.
I need you. I can't fly the wig by myself.
All right, then. I guess I'd better help you out. Ow! You're lucky to have me. No.
Snake, can you hear me?
Paramedic, thank God. Eva's been seriously hurt.
So have you.
Luckily, I think her organs are all intact, but...
Calm down, Snake.
Calm down.
You'll both be fine as long as you get the proper emergency treatment. But you're the only one who can do this. Understand? So you've got to calm down.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Now let's open up the survival viewer and treat the injury. Do you have supplies with you?
I'm running kind of short.
Then by switching the survival viewer over to Eva, you can treat her wounds too. Now get to work. Oh, and Snake, I'm pretty sure you know this already, but if you don't have enough supplies for the both of you, your wounds come first.
Huh?
Do you get my meaning, Snake? You've still got a mission to complete.
Yeah. I know what I have to do.
Snake?
Like this. Can you walk?
Yeah, I think so.
It's different from the Mauser. When you're using a two-hand grip, you have to be careful where you put your hands or your fingers will get burned by the exhaust gas from the cylinder gap.
Snake, are you all right?
I've been better.
What about Eva?
I healed her up. She can manage.
Good.
Snake, you'll take the lead and break through the enemy's line of defense. Eva will ordinarily be following behind you. If you lie on your belly, she'll lie down as well. If you slip and fall off a cliff, she'll follow right behind. You can call out to Eva by pressing the action button. Head to the lake along with Eva.
All right. All right, Eva, here's the deal. We got to eat a little. Okay.
This tastes like crap.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Put silencers back on everything. Now the difference between capturing food alive and dead in this game is dead food can rot on you. And alive food stays good. I don't know if I covered that before. So she's gonna stay behind and she's gonna try and keep herself protected. Right. What have you done? What have you done? They all came up from behind us? You just stood there? Go, Eva. just shoot both of them? Go, Eva. A nightmare. Right here. God damn it, Eva. No, come on. Wait. Go. Gotta take care of these new wounds. Whoops.
I think I saw something. What's wrong? Huh? Huh?
Where did that come from?
Alright, come on. Go, Eva. Go! Let's go. What's up, Mose? Meryl, Eva, quiet? Meryl, Eva, quiet. I don't know.
Yuck.
Alright, well, you're gonna eat another one.
What did you give me?
It's, you know, rations. You know?
Everything looks normal.
Everything's looking normal in the forest, huh? Where we're headed, right here.
Snake, the lake is just over that cliff. Eva should be able to climb it if you help her. Keep her close to you.
There we go. There we go. Keep going. Not pushing down hard enough on the square button. Trying to get eyes on those other guys. Come on. Get over here. Get over here. Why can't you kneel?
Just my imagination.
Snake, where are you?
Here. Here for that one, and then he's about to fall. It won't go down this ledge, so I have to walk back with her. There you go, I was just around the corner. Go, come on. Go. Swear to God, I'll feed you another Russian ration if you don't step up. Get moving. Why does she have so much health than I do? Because she's playing on easy. Frog. I see you. Dude, they're being sneaky.
Let me have some more.
Alright, I'm gonna pop him right in the back of the head. Okay. Snake. Alright, we're doing alright. We're doing alright. Why aren't you crawling? There we go. There we go.
Come on, Snake. We made it.
We made it.
Over there. It's the boss, isn't it? I'll go get the wig ready to take off.
Right.
I'll leave you two alone. But come back in one piece, okay? Promise me!
Life's end. Isn't it beautiful? It's almost tragic. When life ends, it gives off a final lingering aroma. Light is but a farewell gift from the darkness to those on their way to die. I've been waiting, Snake, for a long time. Waiting for your birth, your growth, and the finality of today.
Boss. Why are you doing this?
Why? To make the world one again. The world used to be whole. But with the end of the Second World War, the philosophers began to fight amongst themselves, and the world was torn apart. The Cobras, my comrades who trained and fought alongside me, were torn apart as well. The foibles of politics and the march of time can turn friends into enemies just as easily as the wind changes. Ridiculous, isn't it? Yesterday's ally becomes today's opposition. And this Cold War? Think back. When I was leading the Cobras, America and Russia were fighting together. Now, consider whether America and Russia will still be enemies in the 21st century. Somehow I doubt it. Enemies change along with the times, the flow of the ages, and we soldiers are forced to play along. I didn't raise you and shape you into the man you are today just so we could face each other in battle. A soldier's skills aren't meant to be used to hurt friends. So then what is an enemy? Is there such a thing as an absolute timeless enemy? There is no such thing, and never has been. And the reason is that our enemies are human beings like us. They can only be our enemies in relative terms. The world must be made whole again. The philosophers must be reunited. I will devote my skills to that purpose. And with the Colonel's money, I will achieve that end. Just as I once created the Cobras. They are my family. I may no longer be able to bear children, but I still have a family. It was November 1st, 1951. I was in the Nevada desert participating in atomic testing. The name Nevada is derived from Spanish, covered in snow, white as snow. And snow is exactly what I saw in that Nevada desert. It froze my blood white. Snake, you were an atomic test subject, weren't you? On Bikini Atoll. That's part of the reason I was drawn to you. You and I are alike. We're both slowly being eaten away by the karma of others. We'll never have the chance to die peacefully of old age. We have no tomorrow. But we can still have hope for the future. In 1960, I saw a vision of the ideal future from space. 3 years earlier, the Soviet Union had succeeded in launching Sputnik, the first man-made satellite in history, into orbit. This came as a huge shock to the United States. In response, America threw everything it had into its own manned spaceflight project, the Mercury program. Even as the Soviets seemed poised to send their first man into space, America was still experimenting with chimpanzees and rockets. The government wanted human data. So they secretly decided to send a human being into space. I was the one they chose. At the time, they didn't have the technology to block out cosmic rays, and whoever they sent up would inevitably be exposed to heavy radiation. That's why they chose me. After all, I'd already been irradiated once. Of course, you won't find any of this in the history books. I could see the planet as it appeared from space. That's when it finally hit me. Space exploration is nothing but another game in the power struggle between the US and the USSR. Politics, economics, the arms race, they're all just arenas for meaningless competition. I'm sure you can see that, but the Earth itself has no boundaries. No East, no West, no Cold War. And the irony of it is, the United States and the Soviet Union are spending billions on their space programs and the missile race, only to arrive at the same conclusion. In the 21st century, everyone will be able to see that we are all just inhabitants of a little celestial body called Earth. A world without communism or capitalism, that is the world I wanted to see. But reality continued to betray me. In 1961, I was sent to Cuba, to Bahia de Cochinos. It was part of a CIA-sponsored invasion under the guise of taking Cuban exiles back to their country. But the US government betrayed them. Our weak-kneed president held back their air support. Defenseless, the exiles were annihilated by the Cuban army. All I could do was watch in silence. I was set up by the very country I'd sacrificed so much for, by the very government I dedicated my life to defending. I was driven from the surface world, and I went underground. Then, 2 years ago, I faced the Sorrow, my old comrade in battle. He was my friend. But one of us had to die. I was left with no choice. The Sorrow gave his life for me. There is no enmity between us. One must live, and one must die. That was the mission. The ones who gave me that mission were the philosophers. Early in the 20th century, the true holders of power in the United States, the Republic of China, and the newly formed Soviet Union gathered together in a secret meeting that would later be known as the Wiseman's Committee. The secret pact they formed there marked the beginning of the philosophers. But the last of the original members died in the 1930s. After that, the organization began to run out of control, and the Wiseman's Committee degenerated into a mere shell of its former self. The philosophers of today have no sense of good or evil. Their influence extends to countries and organizations involved in every aspect of every war. They have become war itself. That's how they operate. The sacrifices of war cause a shift in the times. This shift leads to renewed conflict, and in turn triggers the next war. Like a nuclear chain reaction, each conflict sparks countless others, forming an endless spiral that will continue on for eternity. Do you understand what I'm saying, Snake? By consuming me and you, the philosophers intend to keep that cycle going forever. It was my father who explained all of this to me. He was one of them. You see, I am the last remaining child of the philosophers. But after he revealed the truth, my father was killed by that same shapeless, formless organization. And my father isn't the only thing the philosophers have taken from me. In June of 1944, the Cobras and I took part in the landing at Normandy. We'd been given a top-secret mission to locate and destroy enemy V-2 rocket installations. I was pregnant at the time. The Sorrow was the father. I gave birth on the field of battle. A beautiful baby boy. But my child was snatched away from me by the philosophers. Look at this scar. This is proof that I was once a mother. I gave up my body and my child for my country. There is nothing left inside me now. Nothing at all. No hatred, not even regret. And yet sometimes at night, I can still feel the pain creeping up inside me, slithering through my body like a snake. I've never talked this much about myself before. Thanks. Thanks for listening to me. I feel content. Snake, commence the operation. I raised you. I loved you. I've given you weapons, taught you techniques, endowed you with knowledge. There is nothing more for me to give you. All that's left for you to take is my life, by your own hand. One must die, and one must live. No victory, no defeat. The survivor will carry on the fight. It is our destiny. The one who survives will inherit the title of boss. And the one who inherits the title of boss will face an existence of endless battle. I'll give you 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, Miggs will come and bomb the hell out of this place. If you can beat me in less than 10 minutes, you'll be able to escape in time. Let's make this the greatest 10 minutes of our lives, Jack.
Boss.
You're a soldier. Finish your mission. Prove your loyalty. Face me.
I have to fight the boss.
Let's see what you're made of.
Oh, just a little kick and she knocks me to the ground. The boss and her CQC. Stoppable. Looking for something specific.
This tastes great.
Picked up one snake.
Where did you go? There it is.
Actually, let me see if I can do... thermal goggles, motion detector, active sonar.
That's tasty.
Where are you hiding?
Okay, so there's some important snakes that you can eat on this level. For example, Solidus snake.
That's tasty. Not too bad.
Snake F. Green python.
Get ready! Time to play rough. All these things and still nothing to show for it. Time to play rough.
There it is. Solid Snake Solidus, Snake Liquid, and Snake Solid. Serious White Snake. Alright, now that we got the 3 secret snakes in this level. Put on some snow camo since the flowers are white. Oh, this is the outfit we got from Volgin. Check this shit out. Enemies from the Soviet will hesitate to attack. Well, it doesn't tell you what happens if they see your back. If they see your front, they'll go, ah, because they're Soviet. See your back, they get all angry.
Where are you hiding?
Sneak off to boss. Running out of these bullets. Forgot about the time limit. Shit, music's playing.
Heads up, Snake. You're wasting time. Damn. Nice try.
Oh my god. Took my gun. All my ammo for it.
Brace yourself.
There you go. 3 more minutes.
Ah! Trying so hard to beat her in the CQC. Not working though.
Time to play rough.
She's gonna win CQC every time. But I need to get the non-lethal kill on her. See, this is what's frustrating, is if you run out of ammo, you're just... Game's just like, sorry! Just don't get to have a lethal kill. Let's do the cure. I try and Mazin Nagata. Ooh, actually, it probably wouldn't be too hard to. Alright. Got MK22 bullets. Okay. You're so super. God, this fight is beautiful.
But you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you.
What the hell? I was facing the right way. Ugh. I was facing the right fucking direction, but it was behind me. Really wish I had my normal camera angle. That cure done. That gunshot wound.
To survive for the day we see new light. I give my life, not for honor.
1 minute. We gotta drop a lot of stamina in 1 minute. Actually, it wouldn't be too bad if we actually showed off what it's like to lose this fight, because it's actually pretty interesting. Going to take a second to eat some food, specifically the Russian glow cap. So that we finish our battery.
Where are you hiding? There you are. Only 30 seconds left.
I tried really freaking hard. If I had more MK22 bullets, we wouldn't have lost.
This is the end.
One of the endings right there. One of the endings.
Let's see what you're made of. Time to play rough. You'd better run.
Okay. Not for running. Alright, let's drop everything but the mods and the got. Eat this.
He's gone. Where did you go? Brace yourself. You're not the man I thought. Run.
Wait. Alright, now she's actually hitting me. Just run away. Just stop it.
Better run.
Get my snakes.
Where are you hiding?
I'm out of there any second. Okay.
I found you. Here I come.
So frustrating that I'm looking in the direction of where she's at. And it's behind me. Ow, ow, yeah, I know, I get it. Yeah. Alright.
Where are you?
You've gotten some.
2 out of 3 shots hit. That's bullshit.
Here I come.
Just that little handsy kick. Alright, I tried. Tried. Ricochet, well, I mean, not right now. He said that like 30 minutes ago. Right now, he's just winking. Alright, let me see here. I need more ammo. That's what I need.
5 more minutes.
Yeah, 5 more minutes, I got it. And the song starts. It's such a beautiful boss fight. Come off of it, man! Can I just get some hits?
He's gone.
Oh my god. Would give anything
Let's see what you're made of.
for the aiming to be a little bit more reliable.
Run quick.
Pissing me off, boss.
Get ready.
Oh, come on. Ugh, so why is it sometimes I get to hit her back and sometimes I don't? Because she's already been hit a couple times with the MK22, is that why? The only thing I can think of. Neat. Here she is. Where's she going? Okay, gotta nail her one more time. See her come up from that. Went left, I think.
Where did you go? I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme.
Unfair, like, see.
Run quick.
What I'm talking about. She just, like, I totally had her tracked. It told me where she went. I was showing you where she went.
No. 'Cause I live my life, but you. 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 ' America.
There, I see her. Okay, come on. Those crosshairs were on her frickin' arm.
What's there he is.
Game? Oh, there it is. Yeah. There we go. Woo! And we got her camo. Fuck yeah.
Take this. Keep it safe. It's our only hope.
A patriot? Why are you giving me this?
Jack. Or should I say, Snake? You're a wonderful man. Kill me. Kill me now. Do it. There's only room for one boss and one snake.
No. I'm not gonna push the button. Can't make me. Can't make me. Rest in peace, boss. By the way, the game pulls the trigger for you automatically when you get that long.
Ready to go, Snake? Are you okay? Snake?
Yeah.
I told you you could trust me.
Snake! Ocelot! We're not done yet!
Too heavy!
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Not good!
I picked up a few new moves. Huh. It doesn't feel right to shoot an unarmed man. But I'll get over it.
Eva!
What do you say to one last showdown?
Yeah, all right.
What's your name?
Snake.
No. Not that name. You're not a snake, and I'm not an ocelot. We're men with names. My name is Adamska. What's yours?
John.
Very well, John. Plain name. But I won't forget it. Come on!
We gotta pick a gun. Left or right, left or right. Do anything. Left.
Pick one up already!
I did!
It's a blank. Oh, that was fun. Till we meet again, John.
We made it.
Yeah, we sure did.
Oh no, Miggs! There's no way out! What are we gonna do?
We've come too far to let them stop us now. Those things have got to be armed.
It's no use. There's no way we can outmaneuver them. They're gonna shoot us down. We were so close.
Weapon systems on.
Locked on target. I got towed.
You were great, Eva.
Huh?
Thanks.
Bulk 19, this is Control. Stand by for a direct order from the chairman. Bulk 19, return to base immediately. Do you read me? This is a direct order from Comrade Khrushchev. Return to base immediately. Bulk 19, do you copy? Understood. Aborting mission. RTB.
Look! The MiGs are turning back! Woo!
Well done, Snake.
The MiGs disengaged.
Most likely under orders from Khrushchev.
Is this his way of helping us?
Who knows? Maybe he didn't want things to get messier than they already are. Or maybe he just wanted us to owe him one. The important thing is, you made it out alive. As long as Khrushchev is with us, I don't think they'll be coming after you. It should be smooth sailing all the way to Alaska. I'm sending someone out to Galena Base to meet you.
To meet me?
The DCI and the President himself are waiting at Langley. Don't keep them waiting.
So what are you going to do now? Go back to the KGB?
What do you want me to do?
Did you ever think about coming back to America?
I can't go back. I've left America behind me.
But you saved this country.
I didn't do it alone.
And I still owe you a dinner.
Is that part of your mission too? Or is it an order? Or is it an invitation? Or a proposal? I don't take orders from anyone now.
You're not the only one afraid
Scholars tell us that the first spy in history was the snake in the book of Genesis. In that story, it was Eve who was tempted by the snake in the Garden of Eden. But this time around, it was I who tempted the snake and got away with the forbidden fruit of knowledge. Forgive me, Snake.
Good morning, Snake. I hope you slept well.
First of all, I have to apologize. I wasn't sent by Khrushchev. I'm not a KGB spy, and I never worked for the NSA.
I'm an agent of the People's Republic of China for the General HQ 2nd Department of the People's Liberation Army. It was all a lie. I tricked you. And I'm sorry.
The philosophers still exist in China, too. You see, my mission was to find out where Volgin was hiding the philosopher's legacy and steal it. So I infiltrated his base as a KGB spy. The two NSA codebreakers who defected in 1960 were actually both men. The real Adam never showed up at the meeting place, saving me the trouble of having to eliminate him. I sneaked in by pretending I was Eva. And you and Sokolov and Volgin, you all believed me. The philosopher's legacy was originally held in common between the US, Soviet Union, and China. We couldn't let the Russians and the Americans take it all for themselves. The Chinese government had its eye on the legacy, too. I got the film containing the legacy, and also the nuclear missile launch data from the Shagohod. 5 years ago, the Soviet Union stopped supplying us with nuclear weapons technology. Since then, China's Liaodong easing, hydrogen bomb, and space rocket projects have fallen behind. But with this data, our country will be able to develop its own nukes. We'll create a deterrent force to rival those of the US and Soviet Union. Everything has gone according to plan, thanks to your help. I, too, am one of the philosophers. I'm an agent of the philosophers, a graduate of one of their charm schools. I was raised in a joint US-Soviet-Chinese facility to become a sleeper agent. This was before the war. Back then, they were collecting children from all over the world. As a result, I'm indistinguishable from a native-born American. So it didn't surprise me when you and Volgin couldn't tell the difference. But she knew right from the beginning. She knew because before the war, she was at one of the philosopher's schools too, as an instructor. The boss was the only one I couldn't fool. She was the only one who knew I was a fake. She told me everything. Why did she open her heart to me like that? At the time, I couldn't understand it. But now, I think I do. Snake. She wanted you to know the truth. She chose me to tell you. That's why she saved my life. I've lied to you so many times, but not this time. My orders from the government were to obtain the legacy and to eliminate everyone who knew the truth about what happened. In other words, I'm supposed to kill you. Not because we loved each other. And not because you saved my life. But because I made a promise to the boss. And I intend to keep it. I just wanted you to know. And you have to live. Snake, listen to me. She didn't betray the United States. No. Far from it. She was a hero who died for her country. She carried out her mission knowing full well what was going to happen. Self-sacrifice. Because that was her duty.
You are above even the boss. I hereby award you the title of Big Boss. You are a true patriot.
In the army. Someone like him to handle our top secret sneaking missions for us. A man who combines the qualities of a soldier and an agent.
The boss's defection was a ruse set up by the US government. It was all a big drama staged by Washington so they could get their hands on the philosopher's legacy. And the boss was the star of the show. They planned it so that they could get the legacy that Colonel Volgin inherited and destroy the Shagohod at the same time. Only a legendary hero like the boss could have earned Volgin's trust. Finding out where the philosopher's legacy was hidden was to be her greatest mission. Everything was going according to plan. But then something happened that no one could have predicted. Colonel Volgin fired an American-made nuclear warhead at Sokolov's research facility. Khrushchev demanded that the US government provide proof that it wasn't involved. They couldn't just abort the operation to steal the legacy. So the operation itself was greatly expanded and revised. The authorities in Washington knew that in order to prove its innocence, they'd have to get rid of the boss. And that one of their own would have to do the job. The public couldn't be allowed to find out about it. Not ever. This, they concluded, would be the best way to keep the whole thing under wraps. The boss wouldn't be allowed to come back home alive. And she wouldn't be allowed to kill herself. Her life would be ended by her most beloved disciple. That was the way the government wanted it. That was the mission she was given. And she had no choice but to carry it out. Her death at your hands was a duty she had to fulfill. future generations will revile her. In America as a despicable traitor with no sense of honor. And in Russia as a monster who unleashed a nuclear catastrophe. She will go down in official history as a war criminal. And no one will ever understand her. That was her final mission. And like a true soldier, she saw it through to the end. But I think she wanted you, of all people, to know the truth. She wanted to live on in your memory. Not as a soldier, but as a woman. But she was forbidden to tell you herself. And that's why she told me. Snake, history will never know what she did. No one will ever learn the truth. Her story, her debriefing, will endure only in your heart. Everything she did for her country. She sacrificed her life and her honor for her native land. She was a real hero. She was a true patriot.
Son, you've got a way to fall.
Incredible.
They'll tell you where to go.
Heart-wrenching story about the end of the boss and how she was truly a hero. How Big Boss had to do what he had to help her complete her mission. So a couple things to take away from there. We see that Major Zero, Signet, and Paramedic all move on to do other things. And Major Zero disbands Fox, the group that Snake works for in this game, or the Big Boss works for in this game. And then we notice that the Philosopher's Legacy, large sum of money, gets shifted around a little bit in the United States, and it becomes a new project called the Patriot, which leads to the Patriots that is discussed in Metal Gear Solid 2. And then, of course, there it ends in 1972 with the La Enfant Terrible project, the Terrible Infant project, which is the genome project that gives birth to Solid and Liquid Snake, and Solidus Snake.
They'll tell you what is yours.
So from here, of course, we got the rest of these credits. From here, we have the PSP block of the Metal Gear series, the history of gaming Metal Gear series. We have the PSP block, which will be Metal Gear Acid 1 and 2, and then PlayStation Portable, Metal Gear Portable Ops. In Metal Gear Acid 1 and 2, we do play as Solid Snake, and then in Metal Gear Portable Ops, we go back to playing as Big Boss. We're gonna work on it today. I don't know if we'll start it today. We only got 2 hours left, but I can also go over. So we'll pick up the story with Big Boss, with Portable Ops. There's a lot of uncertain canon people have about with Portable Ops, but we're going to play it nonetheless because I think it's just fine.
You better wait to fall. They'll tell you where to go, but they won't know.
Yep, okay, yeah, double checked. Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops is the direct follow-up to Metal Gear Solid 3. So here's how things have gone down in a storyline so far for the games that we have completed. We played Metal Gear, then Metal Gear 2, and then Metal Gear Solid, and then Metal Gear Solid 2. So those 4 games are direct sequels to each other, with nothing shoved in between them. And then we stopped and we came back and we played Metal Gear Solid 3, this one. Okay? And then we do Portable Ops, it's going to come after Metal Gear Solid 3. So basically, we laid the foundation of Solid Snake. Now we're going through and we're replaying storylines leading up to Solid Snake's story. Metal Gear Acid doesn't really fall anywhere in the timeline, but if I would have to say, where does Metal Gear Acid fall in the timeline? It falls in between Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake and Metal Gear Solid. Will be the next 2 games that we're playing. Which, those will be on PSP as well as Portable Ops. There is another PSP game out there that is called Peace Walker. It actually has a substantial amount of story. All the PSP games up to Peace Walker were kind of skippable. You didn't really feel obligated to play those games. They weren't necessary to the storyline until Peace Walker came out. Peace Walker actually laid some significant foundation for the Metal Gear storyline. So that version will not be played on PSP because we actually have that on the HD collection. It was remade to work on the PlayStation 3. And because of that, the fact that you're able to play a PSP game on the PlayStation 3, it actually just makes it a really, really easy game. Because the game's difficulty was dumbed down given the extent that you were playing on a handheld and you only had 2 shoulder buttons and you had no joysticks. So, giving me this controller to play Peace Walker with really makes it a much easier.
Yes, Grozny Grad and the Granin Research Facility have both been wiped out without a trace. I understand, sir, but they were necessary sacrifices. Yes, the CIA has taken care of the boss themselves. I believe the White House will be satisfied. Khrushchev is finished. Your time has finally arrived. Yes, the American president is relying on us to keep a lid on the whole affair. We've got him by the balls. It should make a valuable trump card in future negotiations. Yes, Chief Director, of course. I'll keep the KGB informed. Yes, it's me. The boss has accomplished her mission. The philosopher's legacy is now safely with us, in America's hands. With this money, yes, the philosophers can finally be revived. The film we handed the Chinese was a fake. Peking must be in an uproar right about now. I'm afraid so. Only half the money has made it back to the United States. The KGB must still have part of the legacy. Yes, the weapon has been reduced to ashes. That's right. Grozny Grad has been obliterated by the Davy Crockett we brought in as well. Yes, that was the boss's work too. Speaking of which, I've obtained something from Granin that you might find interesting. It's a revolutionary new nuclear attack system. Perhaps it might just come in handy someday. Yes, we have Snake to thank for that. Khrushchev believed it as well. Yes, they bought our story. I don't think they'll be making a fuss. The secondary alert has been lifted as well. And the Soviets still haven't discovered my true identity. They have no idea that I've been triple-crossing them. I will continue my activities as a contact for the new government. Yes, it appears that no one knew that I was Adam. Of course, I'm always at the CIA's disposal, Mr. Director.
So Ocelot was working for the director of the CIA the entire time. The entire time. 14 hours and 11 minutes on the normal difficulty. We saved 12 times, continued 11. We had 66 alert phases, killed 158 people, seriously injured 74 times. Total damage is worth 20 life bars. Pretty good. We used medicine 7 times, plants and animals captured 25 different kinds, and meals eaten 67. Title is Crocodile. That means I was particularly vicious. Was Ocelot incompetent at the start on purpose? He was obnoxious. But his battle skill was green. He was pretty new. That is true. But he was sent in to do everything he did. But to do so in a very flashy kind of way. His intent was to make sure people noticed him and that he had a little bit of flair to his actions. My controller shut off. New item obtained. The Patriot. Beautiful gun. Camera. Green face paint. We got a tuxedo. Okay. Got the save data. And if you see it said 001 was added to that line of text, that tells you that the game it now has one complete file on it. So the story of Ocelot's probably the most complicated story in all of Metal Gear because so much of it happens off screen. And we really can't get into the majority of Ocelot and his story until we at least complete Metal Gear Solid 4. And then there's some things we have to leave out until we get through Metal Gear Solid 5. There's a lot of story to Ocelot. He does a lot of things behind the scenes. What do we got for briefing files? Yeah, those are the same. Was it I was wanting to check? Just, I guess, demo theater. What can we check here? Basically, this is a theater mode where you can go through and check out scenes that you've already watched before. Why we would use a green face paint? Why is that something that you give to me after the game's over? Tuxedo. Alrighty. So that is Metal Gear Solid 3. Fantastic game in the series. The game is mind-blowingly good. Like I said previously, the next two games we're going to be seeing on this series is going to be Metal Gear Acid 1 and Metal Gear Acid 2, followed up by Metal Gear Portable Ops. I will take a moment before we continue to the next episode to sit down and get those games up and running, make sure that everything looks good before we move in. All right. There we go, guys.